How is everyone doing? My name is Beat the Boss, and welcome to another episode of Captain of Industry. In our last episode, we were looking at um, looking at some new plans for how we're going to set up our factory. Um, I still need to move this, but I'm just trying to figure out where would be best because we're going to be excavating a lot of this as we flatten it out, and it does need to be placed on dirt. But we did set up a system here that stone can get dumped here to level 2. Um, and what will happen is then when we want to place dirt, we can level it out to level 3, which is what we're on here. Um, with that, looks like we've got more trucks than we do excavators. So let's have a quick look. Our iron seems to be down quite a significant amount too. Wonder why that is. We've got the iron here. I think it's more so of a case because everything's building up. If we have a look, yeah, everything is building up slowly. That would be why. And these only remain half full. That is already at half full. So yeah, I think it's just while it's trying to build, I guess trying to build everything up is why we have such a short, low amount there. What we can look at doing is actually boosting these, which will mean we'll have to boost everything here. We should have enough unity to be able to do that. And now we'll see a lot more iron going through the system. It should in fact actually starting to be built up a bit quicker now. Which it is, the number is slowly going up. As well as our iron ore demand. Which it looks like we have trucks that are mainly dropping off. He's also taking out of here, so we're going to stop that. I do not want any trucks taking out of here at all. Looks like we do have some trucks on the way. Yeah, I don't know why you're taking iron out of there. This should be a direct deposit straight into here. There shouldn't be any iron. Heading over here at all, or being taken away from here. This should always be full. As you can see, now we are starting to wait on some iron. So let's just head up here and have a quick look why. I do know we've got an excavator sitting over here. He looks like he's flattening out this whole area now, and he's tackling this hill by himself while there's 3 excavators over here. How many do we actually have here? We have 4 and 20 trucks. So it looks like we're not really waiting on any trucks, and there's no trucks waiting, so that is a good sign. We've also unlocked our glass making, which we still need the sand for, which is over here, which we're slowly getting around and slowly getting into. These guys should be expanding that way. As you can see, now there's a lot of rock being dumped here. And our dirt. Our dirt seems to be blocked up. That is probably what might be causing the issue for us. So what we're going to do is we need to make somewhere we can stockpile dirt for now. Yeah, okay. I sort of don't want to dump it up here because we're going to have to mine it back anyway. But if we block up ore, for instance, that could be a bit troublesome, and it also makes the route a bit smaller. I mean, this is all stone here, so we probably could just set up a quick tower up here for that. Let's have a look. Are we having any issue with this? Doesn't appear so. We definitely have a lot of dirt though. A lot of dirt. So we need to do something with that. Otherwise we will block up our system. So let's go with that plan. Uh, let's build a mine control tower up here. Let's say put it here. We'll edit the area. No, that should be fine. We'll get rid of all of that unnecessary stuff. And we'll get them to start dumping here. We'll create a ramp straight up here that they can just constantly dump that dirt, and we should see trucks straight away taking dirt from here, which we can see. They're taking it straight away, and we're slowly processing more. Definitely do think we need to move this farm sort of ASAP. So, um, hmm. Trucks should still be able to get around that. If we put it as far forwards as we can, it would be better. Yeah, so if we put it there, that should be absolutely fine. And what we will do is we will also grab our storage units here. We're going to have our one for vegetables, and we'll move it back a bit. And we'll make a couple of those, and we'll make a couple of our tier 2, sorry. The terrain is too high. That is okay, because we can just do that and connect those up with a conveyor belt for now. And what we need to do is we need to come up one, and we can feed straight into there like so. And then with this one, we can feed straight into there. We're just gonna quick build everything here. That way we're not waiting around so much. We'll quick build at least the first parts. And then what we need is water for over here. So let's grab a few of these tanks. Let's chuck them there, and we'll get it. That's also going to be an issue for us. Yeah, okay, so I've completely messed this up. Since we have a lot of copper, let's change this up real quick. Let's expand this area. So we're going to expand it off to our left. Try and make it somewhat level still. And then what we're going to do is we're going to clear all this. And I'm going to say for you to just level this out for me. Level path through there and level a bit of that out for me as well. We should see them going straight to that. We do have plenty of copper. We're not chewing through any copper either. We have absolutely heaps of it. And then once that's done, we can get rid of our rainwater collectors here. We'll get rid of those. We'll get rid of this farm here as well, because we're also full of potatoes. We have so many of them. So let's not getting too much waste by the looks of it either, which is good. So that's a level 2, and these are level 1. So let's actually upgrade one of these real quick. And what we'll do is we'll make that potatoes as well, just to help get rid of potatoes, because we have so many of them. That will help with clearing some of this. Which we're about to have vegetables come out. There we go. And we've already got vegetables over here as well. Looks like we're doing a pretty quick job at clearing this out as well. There'll also be a mix of copper ore in here too, I believe. As well as a little bit of stone. So this guy here has 20 dirt. He's going to go get fuel first. And then I believe he'll start dumping it here. And oh, that stone's alright. That's just a mix of the stone that's already sitting here. That's why that's like that. And we can see our truck's already delivering here too. So we make a big dirt stockpile. When it comes to time, we can actually just mine this straight away. And we can fill up the top over here. And as you can see, it is one level down. So it gives us that room to be able to chuck dirt on top. We're actually expanding pretty quick too, which is good to see. As you can see, it is pretty patchy. We are going to have to fix this up. We might even say, hang on a sec, what is that even, we could even set this down one level. Oh, that's level now. Let's go another level then. No, what, that still looks level. I think it's... If we go to -3, I think we'll be safe with that. So let's set it up for that. We'll fix all this up. We'll get a couple of excavators there to clear the excess up from there. But as we can see, our dirt bin is pretty empty now. And we're starting to process stuff a lot quicker. You can see we've also got pretty full lines on here as well, which is a good thing to see. So it looks like our slag is going straight out, and so is our stone to make our full, semi-full line again. It's still a little bit patchy, but it will it'll work. It'll do its thing. And our dirt mound is climbing. And these guys have now finished clearing all that. So let's go back here and just remove all of that. Actually, I've just realized we haven't cleared any of this yet, which is what we need to do. So let's clear that as well. And then what we'll do is we'll set up our mining tunnel through here, and then we will set this back up as well. So we'll keep chopping into that. Now the plan is to try and level all of this, what do you call it, mountain out, but trying to level all this mountain, and then that way we have access to pure copper. Now there's a lot of impurities at the moment, like we'll start getting a lot of stone and other bits and pieces. I mean, so far it is pretty much copper, but there will be sometimes a mix. But by the looks of that, they have cleared this off, which is good. So now what we can do is we can assign this as water, and I want to say keep this half full. And we'll also add our water line onto here. I don't know why it wanted to build it like that, but There we go. Add that onto there. You'll probably see here that we've got a few potatoes. So the whole plan is to now get rid of all of this excess stuff here that we don't need. As well as this line that runs all the way across here as well. We'll get rid of that. We really have no need for water over here, so let's destroy all of that as well. Look at that nice clear spot. Now we're going for wood. And it's pretty well there. Okay, so now we can start planning this out a bit. So we'll go back to our build mode or planning mode. And well, what do we need? So we need iron. This is our first spot here for our iron. We also need copper. And we also need wood and concrete, which are over here. So what we can do... I do want to change the way this refinery is as well, but I want to have plenty of material before or plenty of stockpiled materials before I do that, because it's probably going to take a little bit of time to build and get it up and running. Because I also want to upgrade this. I want the bigger version of this to start separating pretty much everything and set paths off. So down here is going to be like our manufacturing or our basic manufacturing for now. And then once we start clearing this mountain and we've got a base of stone, we will set our manufacturing here, and over here will be for trees and our farms. And then hopefully we can get a train to take it over to our city, which will be over here. That is the overall plan for now. Whether or not that happens, we'll have to find out when we get into the future and see what problems come up. We definitely have a lot of iron. We're now starting to get a bit more copper. Let's also upgrade these as well. Got a bit of rock coming in still. Yeah, this rock's going to be pretty much our best friend at the moment. It's going to be for doing a lot of ground leveling. And we have no fuel. Why do we have no fuel? Well, that's because we're full of our sour water. And our heavy oil is full as well. So we'll start burning that again. But our sour water looks like it's the issue, and our heavy oil surprisingly isn't the issue. It's just our sour water. I do want a way we can... Yeah, so we do need to change all this. This is only temporary. It is going to get a lot bigger very quickly, especially when we start producing fertilizer and a couple other different things. So what we're going to do here is we're going to scrap this, as well as scrap those two as well. And that should be enough room for us to put a pipe balancer in there. So if we connect that up there like so, we get that built straight away. We say priority out's going to be this one. We can then connect that back up. And we should see now that we've got our sour water moving again. I really do not want to dump it, because it's the only way to get sulfur at the moment, and we're getting a lot more rubber. Well, we will be as soon as I connect this up. Let's add that straight onto the list, and we will clear all of, I guess, these for now, because we don't need these. Quick remove that one, and over here, how am I going to get this through here without being a nuisance to myself? Probably like that. There we go, that's disappeared now. And if we grab our conveyor belt, should be able to connect that straight up like so. Get those quick built. We are now seeing a bit of sulfur moving around. And that thing is still pretty full, so we're going to put a boost on these to try and get them to go a little bit quicker. Now it's saying we're full of water. That is because this line here is paused, so let's unpause that and get the water flowing. There we go. And so as we're producing steam, we're now using it. As well as, I think we've also unlocked some new power. No, not yet. But for water we have. So at the moment we're losing a lot of water because we're turning into steam, right? And it's coming out as low pressure steam, which is fine because we're not using low pressure steam just yet. We don't have that until we get our tier 2 research done, and for that we need paper and glass, which we're not quite there yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up our pipe balancer here, and we're going to say this line's a priority in. Or sorry, we're going to change that and say that line is a priority in, and we're going to grab our cooling tower, which does 24 steam, so we're going to need 2 of these. And if we chuck 1 there and 1 there, and if we create our pipes for that, we'll turn this into a single pipe now and go straight into there. Now we'll get all this quick built. Get that quick built as well, and we will pause that. Yeah, we're actually only running the 1 turbine at the moment because that's all we need. We haven't needed the second one just yet. But you'll see here we're now with the low pressure steam we're making 12 water every 60 seconds. And the reason why it's so low is because we're only using the 1 turbine. Now we could set up our second turbine. I just don't think we will be using it just yet. So we're going to set this as 1, this is 2, this as 3, and we'll set this one as 4. And what we'll see is, well, they're all doing their own thing. Yeah, not enough mechanical input. So I guess we can probably unpause this line here. We'll upgrade this pipe really quick. There we go. And that should allow us to have the steam sorted. So we need 24, this produces 48. Now we'll be constantly running this, but as you can see these are now at their full potential. We shouldn't have any of these burning, which it doesn't appear so that's good. And we'll also just quick build this other one here because we are using all three. And three's not really being used just yet. Sort of being used, yeah. So it's somewhat being used when we have our power spikes. So when there's a few spikes here, that's what we're seeing is when that third one's being used, but it's not really being used. We could, if we were to set that as 1 and that as 1, we can see both of those are running at, well, not quite full, but oh, sorry about that. I had a bit of a sneeze there. But yeah, that's how I like to set them up. That way we're not, wasting wasting energy. As we can see, these are now starting to fill up a lot more. We should see that water being used first, so it's clearing straight out of the pipe. Now for the coal is sort of being used a bit. The water over here seems to be pretty good. Now trucks are busy again. So how many trucks can we have? We're going to have 170 vehicles. So let's just add 10 trucks and we'll add the 4 excavators. That way we can add some more excavators over here so they can keep mining into this. Because once we have access to the sand here, we can actually start making our glass. But so far, it looks like it's running pretty smoothly. Right, now let's do some planning for this. So if we set up our, let's say, level 3 assemblers, and we'll go 4 there. So I want to leave room over here to send conveyors down the side. We can stack them up pretty high, but that isn't a issue for us. And let's place a balancer in here. We can get a flat balancer and say chuck it there. We'll leave that like that. We'll just connect all of these up real quick. And if we set the recipe for these are going to be making our construction parts. Now, we do have a better alternative. We can use steel, which overall reduces all of our usage for concrete as well as wood and a couple of bits. So we might actually select these for the steel. We can just copy and paste those like so. Yeah, that works out much better for us. And once we have the room, so once we clear all this and build all this, it will actually help us with space so we can set this up a little bit better. And we do have to remember that this town won't be staying here forever. It's only until they've finished this here. Speaking of which, it seems like there's excavators waiting over here. So I think that's this one here, yeah. So there's 36 trucks current. There's only a couple that are idle, so there actually seems to be a few that are idle. So let's just add, well, it's 16 trucks there. We will see this starting to change and we'll probably get busy again, but we are making more trucks. Another 10. That should now provide a truck to every excavator sort of constantly, because if we have a look here, we're not really getting a high monthly productivity. All of our trucks are pretty high though. Our maintenance is looking pretty good. Okay, so now we've got that. Let's keep going with this. Right, so next thing we're going to be making is our tier 2, tier 2, which we're going to have to leave a space for. We chuck those there and grab our tier 2. Needs wire as well. That probably won't be an issue. Yeah, that will definitely be an issue. So let's remove that and try that again. So leave a gap of 3. We'll leave a gap of 4. We'll give ourselves plenty of room to do this. The space isn't going to be an issue for this because it is going to be a lot more compact. We'll get rid of that and we'll say our tier 2s. We'll copy this and paste it to all those. And then we're going to need our tier 3. So the gap in there is 4. So we'll do the same thing here. We'll have a gap of 4. This is going to be our tier 3. Right. So sorry, I'm just trying to work this out in my head how I'm sort of planning to do this. This is going to be a little bit bigger than I sort of hoped. We'll also add that there too because we will get our tier 4 eventually for our construction parts, but we'll grab our belts and feed them in as well. Probably could do this a lot quicker by just copying that whole block there and chucking in there. Okay, now we've got those. On the other side here, I didn't realize actually how much space a farm takes up. Like, if we have a look here, it is huge the amount of space that it's taken up. But yeah, anyway, so we've got that. We'll also place down our storage for these as well. We'll give it a space in between. So we'll chuck the one there, and also the one there. We'll just set these up for what they're going to be. That way I can see where things are going to be. I won't see them for the builders just yet because they need to be built before you see it in the little square here. If you see over here in that little square. Oh, it's actually on this side. No, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be there. If they're built the same way. Oh, those ones are flipped around, that's why. But yeah, that's where they'll be. Okay, we'll connect our conveyors up to these as well. And we'll set our priority outs because we want to keep our storage stocked up first before it goes anywhere else. And we will set our line to go straight across here and into every first one. And then what we will do from there, this is going to need wire, which needs rubber and copper. Luckily, copper's only right here and our rubber is way over there, but we can get a train to sort up we'll sort out this situation here to just bring it just straight across, something nice, something quick, something that's not messing around, and they can also hold quite a bit of storage too. What we'll do is we'll copy that whole thing as well and chuck that. Oh, have I not given that? Okay, so I have not given that the same amount of room. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, so yeah, right. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's right. Because we're in build mode, we can just cut that from there. I think that's in line there. Yeah, that should be. Anyway, we'll just copy this whole thing again. Add that onto there as well. We could actually just add the one onto here. It wouldn't be an issue. They should all be set to priority out. Oh, get rid of that. That does not need to be there. Okay. So now we can set up our other line here. So we'll set up our flat lifts, rotate them around, and they should already be up one level. Yep. And we'll just grab those and chuck those in as well. And we'll even just copy that just so we can throw them straight in there. We'll chuck these in here as well. So we're planning our tier 4s straight off the bat. So we can sort of make this work the best we can. Anyway, after that, we also need our maintenance. So we'll come over here in line and we'll have 2 for maintenance, and we will go our yeah, okay. So we'll set these as our maintenance. We'll try and use steel for this as well. It works out a lot better. Clear that recipe as well. We don't want that on there. And for our rubber, we probably could just not for our rubber, but for our electronics, probably could just chuck. No, that's not going to work at all, actually, if we were to chuck them there. Because I want to try and automate the maintenance like we have over here, right there, so we're not using the trucks for it. And all of this will be moved as well once we have a better system for it, that is. But we probably set up on this side our little bit of storage for those things. Our concrete line will run just on top of this line here. So, in fact, that will be 3 high. So we set that. Oh, that's a bit high. There we go. That's our 3 high there. And if we just place all of those down there, and then what we'll do is we'll grab one that's 2 high, and chuck those ones into there, and then we'll just grab our flat lifts for those and run that straight into there. We'll also do the same thing here. There we go, and connect that one up to there, and there as well. that's the one that I'm after. Do the same thing there as well. This is going to be probably the most complex one because it needs 3 different resources where this only needs the 2. And since we're needing steel, we're going to send steel on this line here. So we'll put a what's going to be on the bottom. Well, I guess we can set that as wood, so that's not going to be an issue. So we'll even extend this out that little bit further so we can see it. We'll grab our flat balancer, and we're going to say this is going to be the priority out. That is going to be for our steel, and we can also grab it from here, run it up 1, and connect it up here like so. Is that what needs the steel? No, that definitely does not need steel. Okay, so we'll just that's going to be for our rubber, for our electronics. So let's get rid of that and move it along this way. Now that's running the same line that I want. This is what needs the steel, level 3s. Yep. So priority will always be the level 1. Then the level 3 will be when the tier 1 construction parts are done. Okay. So we still need our electronics still. Just thinking maybe it might be worth this whole refinery is in the way, which I don't really like. So I guess we can have all of our, well, this will be cleared because we'll move over here, so they'll give us a space here, make the refinery a bit cleaner. Yeah, is this even producing slag? It is. And it's been set up manually. Yeah, okay, I definitely don't like that at all. How are we going to get this to work? And it can run like this for now, and then I guess we can run it backwards on itself. Run this straight across like so, and connect that up. That looks horrible, but it has done the job. We had that quick build, so that way not having the issues with that. I mean, it's not really too much slag being produced. I'm just thinking we probably could upgrade all of these as well. So we should see trucks very shortly. Bringing people over. Where is that missing worker? Let's say that's a priority 11, and that missing worker should come here. Yeah. Set that as priority 12. No, it's alright. Okay, and now back to here. So we'll have iron here. Yeah, you know what? Absolutely, we can do this. Chuck these here. change these to the electronics. And change this one to the electronics as well. So we're going to need electronics over here. And that's going to be for our second lot here. So I wonder how it's going to go if I were to place a flat conveyor here, going this way and going down one. Probably really not going to like that at all. Yeah, no, it's definitely not going to like that. Well, I'm trying to connect it to the wrong thing here. Needs to connect up to there. So let's, what did I just destroy? Something that I shouldn't have. Grab that flat connector again, and let's get rid of all of the, well, the right things here. Would probably be a better start. Okay, now if we grab our flat lifts again, and go up one higher, flip around. That looks a lot better. Okay, and then if we grab our flat conveyor again and go to that, what's that, too high? Yeah. Go to our too high. Yeah, I guess we can run it like this. That should connect it just there. Perfect. All right, now we've got our line. I'm trying to conserve as much space as I possibly can, so we can have the steel coming over the top of this and our electronics going over the top of here. So I'm thinking we can probably set up our storage in front of these. I don't see that being an issue, so we can set up our storage in front of these. So let's do that. We are going to have to expand these at some point, but this is only a basic factory, very early on manufacturing that's fully automated on our incoming resources. So we're not having to move stuff around, like, for instance, our construction parts tier 1 have to be moved over by truck to here, and our electronics have to be moved to here. Try and prevent that from happening as best as I can. Probably not going to have the workforce for this. That's why I'm hoping that by the time we do start building this, they have enough room here that we put the second house, which is actually not too far away. So definitely adding all of those extra trucks has helped. We do have the 4 excavators as well. Whoa, what are you doing up there? You are going to get yourself stuck, friend. Yeah, okay. You have your own mindset. Yeah, okay. I mean, that's a long way, but I guess there's a truck heading over to you. Yeah, okay, wow. That is definitely a new one for me. Let's actually just have a look here. Oh, looks like it's a bit of an issue for us. So let's add the 4 more excavators onto that. And we'll add 20 trucks onto there. Because, yeah, we have 10 trucks that are still idle at the moment. So yeah, once we get rid of a lot of this moving around of items with trucks, it will create a much better logistics system for us. Like the concrete, for instance, they've only got to bring over the limestone, the rock, well, not even the rock's automatic, the slag's automatic. All they have to do is bring water, coal, and limestone. I'm hoping once we get the new system, we won't have to worry about that so much. Anyway, let's keep going with this. So we need concrete here as well. The concrete is running from this side, so concrete's on top here. So let's remove that completely because we need that to actually face the other way. And yeah, we're gonna have to do this manually, which is gonna suck, but it is what it is. We can't really do much about it. And to make this in line, oh yeah, okay. So that is way too high to start off with. Let's go down a tier, down a level. I don't want you to... Why are you trying to connect up to there? There we go. And look at that, now you're not. Connect up to there. There we go. And with this, we can run this all the way down here. We'll just run it to there for now, until we sort out what we're going to do here. We are going to have to go up and over around here, but I'm trying not to block this up if we can. If we can prevent that, that would be wonderful. Alright, so let's keep going with this. So our electronics from here need to go over to this line here. So we can grab one of these and you know what? I guess we can chuck that one there. And we can chuck that one there. And we'll set up our flat balances. We'll put it there and we'll grab our other one and chuck it on this side. Feed that into there. What is going on with that? How have I got one less there? Oh, because I've put this in the direct middle. So let's definitely try that again. 2 and 2, and then we'll have the right side connect up into there. We'll change this around. This is going to be our mechanical parts, and this one's going to be our electronics. Okay, now to get the steel, so the steel will have to come from somewhere. It would be a mainline feed. But we also need to produce more steel before that happens, which we're not quite there yet. So let's just worry about getting the stuff around before we get too in depth with that. Now since I have these going all the way here, what about if we were to get rid of that completely? Nah, so do need to go around here. Because eventually these will probably be the next tier up again, which are bigger, a lot bigger. So I'm planning for this to last quite a while because, well, there's a lot to clear before we get into there. So we sort of need to think a little bit further ahead than what I was thinking. So these are going to be expanded, but they will expand out. So the way it looks is something like that. That is exactly the size of it. Um, so that's the size we got to think of. And if we were to do the same thing here, as well as here, you know what, that's not actually a bad idea, just to get us going, so we do have plenty here. But when we're building and stuff, it's going to be quite handy to have. Okay, so now we're missing power. Why are we missing power? Because we have no coal. So let's go back here, pause that line again. Yeah, why do we have no coal? We have absolutely no coal whatsoever. Please tell me you're taking. Where you? Oh. Oh, yeah, okay. So remember that loan we took? Well, it started, and it's now starting to take effect on us. And if we have a look here, we've missed out on payments, have we? Doesn't appear so. So we've actually paid most of our interest off. We're over halfway with our interest. Still got another. Oh no, that's a lie. Yeah, no, that's a lie, big time. Starting loan was 12,810. It's only 11,663. Interest rate is pretty low. It's only 5%. But when you're talking big numbers, that is a lot. And that is where we're struggling now. Still a lot of coal in there. There is, yeah, an abundance of coal. We just haven't got that far yet. We have got a lot of pure coal here, which is exactly why I'm trying to clear this mountain out so we can have access to that. The dirt mound is beginning to build. So let's say we're still going to pay our coal off, but we're going to have it set at 3 because we still need to look after ourselves. And that is because this thing is full of stone. Why? So as you can see, we've actually built our first extension. Yeah, okay. Let's, I guess, let's change this back up to 2. Oh, that is, yeah, okay, that was definitely not, maybe negative. Let's stick to -2. Yeah, we'll stick to -2. Yeah, I think that's what we'll stick to. You'll actually see this going backwards on itself. Yeah, right, so we have no steam whatsoever. And we're struggling big time with coal. We've got plenty of coal in here, but it's the stone that's the issue. And our slag. Right, so this thing needs power. So we're going to set that at 2, so it is constantly accepting and getting rid of that stone. Because without that, we're having issues. So that needs to always run. Still got plenty of water. We are still producing power, and, well, I see our water's filling up again. Because we have so much sulfur. So let's do this then. Hopefully I have enough construction parts to build all these, which so far it seems like I do. Yeah, at the moment we're using our diesel generators. And our sour water strippers are struggling a bit, so let's make those a 9. Where else has it just taken power from? From our construction trees, yeah, that's fine. I don't have a issue with that at all. But we really need the coal over here. Let's say import at 5. So I think all imports are set at 6, so that's going to be a more important one. Should see trucks starting to head over there. Yeah, the throughput of this is really struggling. Let's say that's a 9, so it constantly has power. It needs full power. It can't be struggling at all. In fact, let's look at getting some large generators. Yeah, they consume a lot more fuel, but the power we get out of them works out to be a lot more better than these little ones here. That's why I built this backup system, was for stuff like that. Clear that. And, well, these guys have nowhere else to dump, apparently, so let's give them somewhere to dump. What have you even got? Oh, okay, that is... Loan repayment for coal is overdue. Yeah, we haven't hit our number for that. Right, let's say that's a 7, because this is still not getting any coal. It needs to have coal. Let's even set it to 8. We'll still get... Yeah, so... Yeah, that's fine, we can... Oh, this is what's hidden, okay. Don't show that, and... No available places to dump products yet, that's fine. Still don't have enough trucks there. How many trucks do I have here? I have 6 trucks here and 3 excavators working. Well, we don't really need that bypass as much, so let's add those. We've got a backup of trucks here. Right, so I do have enough. How am I going to do this? Yeah, the throughput on this is nowhere near as good as what we need. Yeah, this is huge. Oh, wow. It is way bigger. Way bigger. Have I got the room to place? No. No. Okay. Not there yet. Right. Looks like it's still sorting out the coal. It's still sorting out the coal and the rock. The rock is slowly going down, so it is doing its thing. But as you can see, there is plenty of trucks on its way to fill this thing up. What are you doing? He's repaying that yet? No. Right, our steam generator is running again. Cool. Okay, let's have a look at that loan. Yeah, so they added 38 to it. They added 38. Yeah, we need to build our coal back up. big time. You know what? Some part needs to be in the ocean. Where does it not collide? There it doesn't collide. And we could even probably put it there. One of two boats. Oh, here's another boat here. Only it's 240 iron, so... But this boat doesn't have any crew on it either, so we can't really do that. Okay, so that's not going to be the plan. While it's doing its thing, our coal interest is going to go up pretty high again, and we're probably going to lose some reputation, which is fine. Can borrow 700 if I need to. Looks like it's just changed for us. Now 120. Okay, so that's no good. Yeah, alright. Yeah, we're just really struggling with this now. It can't keep up. So let's try and speed this up so we can get that. Right, so our parts here will need to come off to the side and go that way. The way we're going to do that is by a flat lift. And we'll go to the maximum height. I've set that back to front. Yeah, set that to the maximum height and keep that whole access clear there. And then we can run it down onto there. Alright, and then for our wood, actually let's just unpause these ones here. We're going to say the priority out is that, and then yeah, priority out is that. Yeah, almost need to put in another sorter here. So let's just get rid of that. Copy that and go up one. And then for the bottom one, the priority out is there. And then anything else can go, how are we going to do this? Probably something with a flat lift and bring it down a level. Yeah, this is going to look pretty messy, but not much we can do about that. Send the priority out to this one. And then if we grab this here, rotate it around, bring it up another level. There we go. Like so. I don't think we need any of this maintenance. It looks like they've already started building these. We just don't have the workers. So they need 8 workers each, where over here they only need 6. So we're missing 33 people. I need to keep that running for now. I can't afford to lose that. Should have our Yeah, our steam is now running at full production. What did they just add? 585. Yes, that number's going to go up really high, really quickly. Probably another one of those dumb loan decisions. I thought we'd be able to build it up, but turns out we definitely cannot. And where all that other coal went, I have no clue. It is up and out of here. Okay, so now concrete's got to come in that way. Let's even just build this whole line here. We'll do the same thing for this side as well. Build all that, build that, and that as well. So those two are the priority outs. Those two are the priority outs. Actually, no. If we keep that as a non-priority, it will just build up over time where these ones will always 100% get it, where this will be just an extra for now. So let's leave it exactly like that. We'll get this one built and this one built as well as that one. And these two as well. We're not going to be worrying about making our tier 3 parts this yet, but I just wanted to build that just to get it started at least. Okay, we're also out of our tier 2 construction parts, which is running pretty quickly. Build up. Okay, we have 30 there. Let's build that. Oh, we only had 27. There's 30. And yeah, built almost all of it. There we go. That should be getting built as well. Yeah, all this is going to require the steel. We are definitely not quite... Well, we got the steel over here that they, I guess, can take from. Let's set that as an urgent build. Okay. Looks like they're already taking parts over here, which is good to see. But what we'll do is we'll pause one of these each, and we'll get one of these built. So what's that put out? Puts out 24. We do have the capacity to boost them, whereas that's putting out 48, but that's because that's boosted. And currently we're pretty full on that, so let's do this. Let's get rid of this one. Let's also get rid of that. That will clear up a bit of room for us. Okay, and so because they're blue, they make 24, where these are what, making 12, but that's because they're boosted. So once we get rid of those boosts on there, won't be needed. So let's grab our maintenance. I wonder if it's going to tuck in here. It's definitely not going to tuck in there at all. Well, I need to think about this again. So it's going to be something like that for that side, and then for this side it's going to be something like that, and then there'll be the extra one there. So I guess our new maintenance hut is going to be over here, which is fine. I have no issues with that at all. Anyway, let's connect that one up there, which that's already a cut off part anyway. What are trucks trying to deliver here? Oh yeah, okay, so it now looks like they're trapped and they can't get through there because of that one pillar. So let's move that pillar. So modify pillars, we'll chuck one in there, one there, should allow us to get rid of that one. Okay, that's as far as we can go. Now if we have a look here, yes, now they're bringing the slag into here, which is fine. We do have a lot of coal in here, and we also have a lot of stone in here too. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Making a nice path for us. Okay, anyway, now can we place another house yet? Oh, it's so close, but so far still. That is annoying. Yeah, I'm trying not to take too much of this out because this is our only ramp up here at the moment until we can get this side set up. But then that would mean a lot of trucks would have to go around here, which I don't really want just yet. Yeah, we definitely need to sort out this situation. Yeah, once we get that one built, we'll place it down, we'll get the people to run this, and then we'll look at upgrading this. And well, once we can place a third one, we'll actually get rid of that one there. But we'll obviously have a better system too. This won't be here, it'll probably be over here somewhere because the steel that we're currently making won't be here either. So it'll be over here somewhere. And since we're going to be using more steel, we're going to have more steel blast furnaces over our iron blast furnaces. Okay, now still haven't got anything being made there, still haven't got anything being made here. We need wood, that's the first thing we're going to need. So let's grab this and I guess we can just chuck it there for now. We'll get that quick built and we'll chuck our conveyor onto it, hopefully. Yeah, cool. That can go straight into there. And we need to connect our concrete line up here. So I'm thinking if we were to just cut straight in line with it, which I think is this row here. Oh, we're gonna have the issue there, so we need to come back one and run it straight to there. Not there. Need to go there, and we grab our flat lift, run it up a couple levels. Oh, yeah, okay, so that's heaps higher than what it needs to be. Let's fix that up. I don't know why that jumped so high, but that's definitely not what I want. Okay, get rid of that. Anyway, let's get this one set up. Need to go down a level, spin it around. Like so, and then connect that up like so. Build that, build that one, and that one as well. We should start seeing concrete moving along this way. There we go. We now have concrete. We also have wood. Now we just need the steel, which we're getting there slowly. And the slag line will probably run straight across here and connect up somewhere along here. We won't have all of this mess here. Now we also need rubber, so let's set this for our rubber. We can build that one as well. This is where it's going to be messy for a little bit. Yeah, run it straight across to there. And quick build that. Okay, so now I guess we can destroy that. We don't need that. And if we have a look, that is now working. It's got the people there. It's now producing the steel. Steel. Steel, we could use a bit of iron. So let's build a quick storage here for iron and coal. We'll say keep that one half full and keep that one half full, but also we're not exporting off that line, cool, which we aren't. Right, we'll quick build that. And we'll do it like that, and we'll run this one straight across into it, nice and neat. Quick build those ones. We should have coal. We definitely have iron coming over. Coal isn't as big at the moment. That's because this whole system, it's too slow. We're not processing quick enough. That is the issue we're having. Yeah, if we were to get rid of that, I still don't have enough room. That's amazing. Okay, yeah. I guess we need to quick build that as well. What are those, level 1s? Yeah. They're level 1s. That's keeping up for now. If we were to add a second one, we'd probably have a issue then. With the steel, I'm just going to run it here for now. Because I don't really have a way to get it over here just yet. What we're going to do for this is we'll get ourselves our flat conveyor as well. Run it this way. I think it's a too high, it is. We could build that one and connect that up like so. And connect that up. Now they should both be level 2, which they are, cool. Should see the iron going straight across there. The steel, I should say, not the iron. Don't even have iron. Let's run this straight over the top of here. You know what? I'll build it to there and to come down and connect up with that and connect up with that one as well. Okay, our parts are definitely going up now. Definitely consuming parts from here. Now, our electronics. We have no workers. We're minus 11 workers so far. Let's quick build one of these. Because once that starts building, it will start being passed over. Let's also get rid of that there. We don't need it there. and get rid of that one as well. Our maintenance, there we go. And then run this like that. Let's just get that built. And our copper needs to move over there, so I don't see why we'd need to take iron anywhere besides these. Oh yeah, we don't need to, I don't think we've actually got anyone taking iron, so let's just run a quick line here straight across. We're not going to be able to get there, but be certain if we do something like this, well, that makes a nice little elevator for us. No, that's it. That's perfect. That's the level we need. So let's do that. I don't want you to connect up to there. I want you to run along the top here. Then grab our flat lift again. Place one there. Place one there. You should see our copper moving. There we go. Copper is now moving. Cool. Really scared to, I don't really want to. It hasn't gone up too much. It looks like we are still paying bits and pieces of it off, which is good. Very happy with that. And I don't want trucks to be bringing into here. And I don't want trucks bringing stuff into these ones either. They should be able to just access down here. Let's grab this truck. Let's have a look. Can they get down there? They can get pretty close, so I'm going to say they can. Once this is a bigger one, we won't have that issue. We definitely need the workers, which is where we're struggling big time. Since we got workers on here, looks like they are running. And that's because you don't have enough juice. So let's give you some more juice. There we go. I think it's got the juice that it needs. Okay, now. What about if we were to just pause all of these for now? Gives us -7. Cool, so we have our maintenance, our mechanical parts being built. Let's just quick build that one as well, just so we can build a little stockpile in there. And as a matter of fact, let's set that up as well. Oh, we need our wires to come over here. That is right. So yeah, we're going to need a lot more wire producers. Because this needs 12, and this is putting out 24. I guess we can always boost it. And we'll have 48 each, so that should be plenty for now. I think there's 5 tiers of assembly in this. Okay, let's have a look. Assembly 2. Assembly 3. Where is our assembly 4 in that? There's assembly 4. I think there's an assembly 5. Yep, there was a assembly 5. Which one am I looking at? This one here. Assembly 5. Yeah, okay. So we should be right with just those couple there for now. We do have enough workers for our maintenance. Seems like it's built itself. Definitely got no wire, so let's... where is it taken from? It's taken from here. Quick build that, I guess. We also have no steel because we have no coal. Yeah, we need to definitely fix this up. And I don't have enough construction tier 4s. Would almost like to borrow some, but whether we'll be able to pay it back. It's only 23 parts. I don't see it being an issue. Let's... I don't know if I'm quite ready for it though, that's the issue. I don't know where it's going to go exactly. Tier 2s are there. Oh, you are making maintenance. Why are you making maintenance? I don't want you to make maintenance. And you're making... Oh, no, I've just messed that up. I'm looking at the wrong things. Yeah. Makes 12. I'm currently only making 12 by boosting. So let's get rid of that. I don't think we need it. I think it's a waste of space. Yeah, let's just... You know, we've got everything spaced out in a way. Just for that, just quick build that. Yeah, we're literally waiting on the coal here, so let's put that as an 8. Okay, better not waste any time doing this. Rain's too high still in one spot there. Come on, guys, I need you to work faster. You're slower and you're killing me. I think it's because it's running out of steel, and it's also running out of the construction parts here that it needs. It does hold 40, which is good. What are we running for that? Those are level 1s, I believe, or they're level 2. Level 2 produce how much wire? 24. They're boosted as well. And we're surviving fine off of that. So let's... this is so hard to try and... I don't think we're using that anywhere else just yet besides here, but we can leave those as the stockpile. So let's just get rid of that whole line here. You know what? We can get rid of this whole thing here, that whole thing there, that as well as that. and run this iron line all the way back because we don't need it. We really don't. That's cleared up a lot of space for us already. Is wood full? No, wood is definitely not full. It's slowly clearing all that away. The iron is going to be an issue to try and get rid of. So, I do know that we've got this set at steel, but we aren't really using that much steel at the moment, so let's instead let's connect it up to iron, and we'll change all of these to back to iron. We're actually going to have an issue with that being, let's just have it set as both because there's already steel on the line, so we'll have that set as both. We'll have this set as both as well, because there's obviously going to be steel on that line. No, it's actually quite empty. And let's connect our, we'll see how we're going to connect this up. If it's going to connect up, I don't know. It is going to, but it's not going to be beautiful. And that is quite alright with me. Anyway, we should see, yeah, here, let's pause that, unpause that, get rid of the rest of the steel that's there. We'll keep that on request, but not, where are you trying to go? Trying to collect all this iron here to drop into here. Right, well, I'm going to tell you now, buddy, that is not going to happen. So let's just quick remove all of the iron out of these to give us our space that we need. We've got plenty of maintenance to last us there for now. We don't need any more of these for now. Let's also get rid of just all of this. There is no need for it. We just quick remove all that. And quick remove that. Let's quick remove all of this stuff as well. You know what, just because I don't need it there, I don't want it there, let's get rid of that as well. And we almost do have enough for this. Quick remove everything here as well. Also get rid of that line and that one as well. Quick remove that. Now let's grab our large ore sorting plant. Yeah, this is huge. It is, yeah, huge. Let's think this through. Let's clear that whole area. Let's just get rid of it all. Let's get rid of that as well. Quick remove all of these resources here, as well as this here. Quick remove that, quick remove all of that as well. Okay. Now we've got the space to do what we need to do. We still haven't connected up our wire just yet either. So let's, Go. Run it up. Straight over the top of that. And connect it straight up to there. Let's remove that. One thing I also have not checked is how many people it needs. We will go from 6 to 30. We only have 9 available. So yeah, it's going to be quite the transformation here. But yeah, we've got plenty of outputs here, so let's set this up. Let's run that all the way back down to there as well. Oh, I didn't think about that. We need steel, hardcore. Can we buy steel anywhere? No. Alright, let's have a look at steel here. Borrow 1200. We only need to borrow 200. That's all I'm going to borrow. We have the steel, and we need some construction tier 3 parts. So let's borrow some of them. Let's borrow 20. Does that get us it? We need 22. Borrow that. How many did I just borrow? 105. Oh. That's alright. Quick build that. We're going to set that as a high priority. Where that's going to take people from, I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, we're going to accept coal here. We're going to accept copper. We're going to accept dirt as well as iron. So let's change that around. Okay, we're also going to accept our limestone. We're also going to accept our dirt and our rock as well. Okay, so let's have a look at belts here. Right. Quick remove that. That's still being built. With these steam turbines, they do need people, so we're going to set that as a high priority. We're going to set that as a high priority. I do not want to lose power at all. Do these need people? They do not. And they do not. Cool. I'm not sure where this is gonna take people from. Need 140. I've got 140. What else do I need? Not enough unity. Oh, so I need 7. So unpause that. Let's get that being built. Let's get some more people here. Come on, how long is this going to take? I believe I had coal down the bottom here. So let's... Oh. Let's get rid of all of these real quick. Okay, so that's A, B, C, D, E. So E is going to be our coal. If I'm correct, yeah. E is coal, right. And then if we go iron, and then on this side we have our copper. Yep, that works for me. Okay, coal's going to go straight down the bottom. The copper goes up into there, and the iron goes, oh, righty. And it is up and running. Let's have a look where we just took people from. As long as it's not our oil refinery. It's okay if it's part of our manufacturing. We do have a lot of extra materials there. We have a lot of extra materials. We are missing 21 people. So it's got 6. Sort of do need to keep that for the research. I mean, we're not doing any research just yet, so I guess we can sort of leave it. Look, well, I reckon we're going to leave this episode here. We have had some big issues. We're definitely going to get through them slowly. Coal is going to be one of them. It's going to be another fuel crisis. But we do have our massive... You know what? Let's just watch this real quick. There we go. Look at how much that is processing and how quick it is processing. That was definitely worth the upgrade. 100%. Connect that up to our iron, because we should see iron in here. Got a lot of rock. So, actually with that, while we are here, rock. Rock is there, so let's put rock as A. And let's just connect that bad boy up real quick. Because we're going to have a lot of it. That is going to be moving so quick. But they can take everything else out. We don't need to worry about that. But our trucks are so busy. Look at how quick that's processing. That is what you talk. That is what you call a mega upgrade. Yeah, that is using a lot of power though. A lot of power. Still not using all of it though. We have 8 megawatts we can use. That's only on Steam too. We have actually built our housing here. We aren't at max capacity, but we are definitely climbing. Gained 4 people recently. And we're definitely still producing steel, which is good to see. Let's check that loan out real quick. Need to be repaying that, and we need to be repaying that too. So let's just make sure we are doing that. I'm going to say this to not request steel at the moment. And we can also back off our... Oh, we still haven't gone through this yet. So let's just actually... What we're going to do is we're going to pause this line, turn this line around, turn this line around. Okay, whoa. Now we have no coal. Now we have no coal. We're going to say that trucks can export cargo from here. We should see trucks coming over here. Look at that. That is a huge hopper. Look at it climb. 1,800 materials sitting in here. But they're taking the coal. We probably could start paying back our coal now. Since we are... Well, since we have got the system to run it. Yeah, we've got a lot of coal. And we're producing it so quick, like we're sorting it so quickly now. This thing's almost empty already. Ore sorting page blocked due to full output. Yeah, that'd be the coal. That's alright, the coal is getting around. Looks like all these people are collecting all of these, moving all these resources around. Don't have much dirt. We have a lot of rock, which it's slowly emptying. We're actually onto our third extension here. Yeah, so there's a few holes in there that will patch itself up. Not a problem at all. This is looking good. With these trucks are also exporting the coal as well. That is amazing. I'm so happy with that. I didn't know how quick it was. This is actually so. I generally don't use ore sorting plants. I generally don't run it. I used it very early on when this was still in early access. So playing now and seeing this, this is amazing. This is some incredible speed. Yeah, that is incredible. I'm so happy with that. But anyway, we'll leave this episode here. Thank you so much for watching. Um, if you are enjoying the content, please consider leaving a like and subscribing, as well as leaving a comment on your favorite video, episode, or if you want to have a game that you would like to see me play, put that down in there. There will also be some news coming out in the next few days. What's today? Today's the 23rd. So on the 25th, so 2 days from now, so on Friday, Thursday, sorry, on Thursday, there will be a video with some very important news. Keep an eye out for that video. I think you guys will like it. But yeah, with all that out of the way, thank you so much for watching. And I'll catch you in the next episode.